Hi and welcome back to It's a Miracle Beauty. My name is Brandy and I am a review slash beauty channel related to using what you have and buying less, utilizing what you own versus always looking for the next thrill. I am not a prime example of this, but that is the goal of this channel. Apologize for my voice. I have been sick for 2 weeks. We tested negative for COVID, but it knocked me on my butt. I was blessed to be able to work from home, so I didn't have to use all of my sick days and everything, but it was terrible. My voice is still gone because of that. So today, as you saw from the title, I am doing the last update of my pan challenge. This is for December 2023. If you've never been here before, I do use the same exact intro in all 3 of my pan challenges. I work very, very long, hard hours. I have many, many, many kids. Plus, I also have an autoimmune disease. So using these duplicated intros assists me in having to record less, edit less, everything. So pardon if that's annoying, but it is helpful for me in many, many ways. Also, if you've never been here before, my pan challenges are not all to utilize everything to completion. My goal overall is to use more of what I have. Meaning, if I pan 20 items, those 20 items get used up, but everything else gets used less. So I rotate my pans, and then I also have things where I just want to get use out of, and it's not necessarily a completion project. There are completion projects in this, but not every product is for completion. I have a minimum number of times that I have on my list that I have to use it, and that's all I have to use it each month. If I choose to use it all month and I'm loving it, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't need to record it. I can just use everything I like, but I try to use each item a minimum number of times. So there is 3 pan challenges here. The first one is 23 and 23, and that is a rolling pan of items, again, just trying to utilize. This year, pretty much all 3 of my pans have the exact same goals. Next year for 2024, I did change it up a bit, and I will do a welcome video shortly. My middle one is a rolling 10 that was inspired by Christina Chang, and that one is often items that are neglected, things I'm not using, things like that. It's not a primary goal, but it's something I try to put in that one. And then the last one is 20 products that are rolling, and that one was supposed to originally be a full face. It's rolled so many times it's no longer a full face, but I do typically call it that. So if that's something you'd like to see, I hope that you'll like, share, subscribe. Make sure to ring the bell for notifications because I don't upload at the same time on the same day or week, especially this month. I had so many videos planned and I got knocked on my butt from being sick, so I haven't had a video up in a really long time. But if you like my content, I hope that you'll do that. And let's get started on my last project pan updates for 2023. Thank you for your understanding on the update. It really does save me an immense amount of time, so I really appreciate your patience with that. I've not had anybody complain about it, but I always know that I don't like seeing things twice, so I do like to, just acknowledge that I realize it's not a perfect situation, but I appreciate your understanding. So this is the final update for my rolling 10. So this is the Makeup Forever Stick Foundation, and I put it all the way down just so you could see how much is really used in that. This was basically unused. I'd used it 1 or 2 times for the beginning of the year. And that is what's left. Wait, let me make sure. Yep, that's what's left. So I actually have a theory on this though. I think this might be breaking me out. I don't know if you can see I had a big pimple up here. I don't get breakouts typically even around my period. I once in a while get one on my chin. That's like it. My whole forehead and my chin were broken out, and I had only used this product in those areas, and I did not use it on my cheeks, and I had no breakouts on my cheeks. I'm gonna use it again just to make sure because I would like to finish this, but if it is breaking me out, I will not be worrying about that. One that was not in the entire year, but was in the beginning and then was in the end, is the Kosas Foundation. This is going to be decluttered for a few reasons. One, I cannot find a way to like this. In the very beginning, I liked it. It was fine. And then I don't know if my skin got drier. I don't know if my taste changed, but I cannot make this work anymore. It also has an expiration date of 12/23. I don't always follow expiration dates perfectly, but this one does notoriously go bad. As of right now, it's kind of working okay, but I would feel uncomfortable passing it on to someone else. Becca Color Corrector. This is the Becca X Skybox. That's not even what I was trying to say. Smashbox. And this was brand new when I put it in the challenge, and it has a nice dip in it. It still has it all around the sides. It's not about to hit pan or anything, but it definitely has a nice dip. Definitely keeping that. I enjoy that. I've said this like 100 times on my channel probably, but if you have mature or dry under eyes, that is a fantastic because it creates this layer of moisture plus color blocks. Next is the Shade and Light Contour. I've talked about this. This actually says Kat Von D on it. It's when they did the boxes to get rid of her named products because obviously they had some already created. And I've been painting this contour shade over here. It definitely has a lot more disruption. There's not really a dip in it yet, but you can see where one is starting, and I love this. I'm going to keep using it. It's one of my favorite contours ever. If you have very fair pink tone skin, that is a perfect contour. I've heard that medium skin tones adore the other two. I'm not sure. KVD's brand does not get talked about very often. I feel like when they have a release, everybody talks about them, and then nobody talks about them. They have a release, everybody talks about them, nobody talks about them. I actually think the brand's a very stable and good brand. I think that even if the stuff doesn't work for you, they work for other people. And so I typically don't bash the brand because I like their products overall. In fact, their liquid eyeliner is still one of the best. Next is the Fenty Tinted Moisturizer. This is another one I am super proud of. I think it's actually below that line at this point. It just fell, so I don't know if it all ran or not. Come on. Yeah, I can't tell. It has to be all the way down because there is like a tint almost, or a shade, a clouding to this, but I did get to there. I am going to keep using that one. I fell in love with that when using that more today. I fell in love with that one. Next is the Say Bronzer. This is one that is actually a year old exactly. And so far I'm not seeing any change in the formula, change in the use. This looks super dark. Like if you look next to me, it doesn't go on that dark. It actually is very beautiful. Next is the Urban Decay Eyeliner Psychedelic. It does look like this. This is one that was brand new when I started using it. It's got some use out of it. It's not, I don't even think it's halfway. I'm going to keep using it. It's not a problem. Next is the Say Primer. I did finish this completely. I'm very proud of that. It's one that has way more product than you think. Like I had to use this every single day of December in order to use it all. And even then, some days I actually used just a little bit more than I probably should just because I was trying to finish it. So if you're wanting to try this, this is the Glowy Super Gel in Star Glow. This is a really beautiful primer, and it doesn't do as much as the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter or the e.l.f. one, but it does give you glow, and it's very moisturizing. So that's going to go in my empties. That one I am super proud of. I already told you about Kosas. And then the last thing is Benefit. This is the Georgia. This is a discontinued. I don't know if just Pigeon is supposed to be an equivalent, but they're not quite the same. It does look like this. I use this a ton. It's got a huge amount of disruption. It's actually really, really used up. And I did forget one product earlier. This is the Born This Way Sculpting Concealer. This one is in Snow. Snow is not my best color. I do have a full size of my correct colors. That's why I was trying to utilize this. But I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep trying to use it. I would like to at least try to get some of my money's worth because it is a name more expensive, because it is a prestige brand. If you know Ulta terms, I am trying to get my money's out of it. So that is it for my Rolling 10 Pan Challenge. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, make sure you hit that bell. I am going to be working on my 2024 pan, my end of 2023 declutter. My brain is blank. I also have my December empty still to film, and then I also have a no buy coming. So I hope you'll check back in, and I hope I see you again soon. Have a great new year, guys.